but KQ continue to lease expensive aeroplanes. So we support that, this bailout, let KQ either collapse or the government takes it up. United Arab Emirates, they have Emirates airline, and it's doing well. They get new airlines every year. So why can't we do the same for our country? I know some of us in the past, we bought shares when they floated shares for KQ, but it looks like the people who have been booked there, the issue is just to eat. It's like a corrupt edit, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, on the last one, on revenue generation, on revenue in Kakamega County and across also all the other counties. It looks like, Honorable Speaker, when this thing of share of revenue and the counties are assured of particular billions that they get from the national government, some of them went on and slept on the job. I think the best thing to do for CRA is to set up, one of the parameters is to have an incentive. If you meet your target, you are given additional resources by the national government. And those who don't meet their target, you deny them a certain percentage. I think it is something that this House needs to think and plan about, so that our governors, our county governments should be able to generate enough revenue at the counties. Honorable Speaker, before devolution, Nairobi County used to sustain itself. Today, really need money from a national government. They can generate 100 billion. But because of what they get, they have gone to sleep on the job. And if they collect also, maybe the money is diverted elsewhere. Honorable Speaker, I support.
Senator Sifuna.
Mr. Speaker, I know yesterday my sister, the Honorable Senator Karen Nyamu, said she would not support anything that I supported or proposed. I want to confirm to this House that I do not share the same feelings, and that I stand solidly behind her and any agenda that is going to advance the best interests of the people of Nairobi. So I stand here to support the statement that she has brought regarding the death at a school here in Nairobi, Kimathi Primary School. Mr. Speaker, I want to assure the people of Nairobi, the parents of Kimathi Primary, that I have seen the work that has been done by committees of this House, that indeed there is no need for us to speculate at this particular moment as to the events that led to the death of the student at that particular school. I have extreme faith in the committees of this House to be able to unearth the sequence of events and the root cause of the death of that child, Mr. Speaker. So I only urge that there is patience. I am sure the committees will be able to call the families, the teachers, the PTA, representatives of the school to come here to the Senate to give an account of what happened, and I'm sure that in the end, justice shall be served. Mr. Speaker, I also want to support the statement by Senator Hamida. Many of us are a bit concerned about the state of the digital infrastructure in government. Mr. Speaker, a few months ago, I was invited...
Order, Senator Manzo and the youth leader of the Senate.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, a few months ago, I was invited by the CS for ICT, the Honorable Eliud Owalo, to accompany him to a launch of what I expected would be something quite serious at City Market here in Nairobi. Mr. Speaker, I must say that I was a bit disappointed, because when we got there, it was nothing more than the launch of a Wi-Fi hotspot for the traders there at the City Market. And unfortunately for me, is that few weeks later, Mr. Speaker, I was receiving calls from the traders at City Market that in fact the internet there was not working anymore. And this is the story of many of these public Wi-Fi hotspots that we have seen the ICT minister launching. So I would be expecting the committee to summon the cabinet secretary and tell us really if this is just a charade, or if indeed the government is serious about providing internet for hustlers in markets such as City Market. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Veronica.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. And I rise to support the statements that have been brought by our colleagues to the floor of this House. And Mr. Speaker, I'm specifically looking at the statement on the state of digital infrastructure in the public service. As Mr. Speaker, this will be a foundation for growth in many sectors, knowing very well that information and communication technology is an enabler for development